Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. So for today's video, I want to discuss the cost of buying a property in the UK. There's been a great deal of increase in sort of young people owning homes and becoming first-time buyers. And I love it, it's amazing, especially at the sort of age group between the sort of mid-20s to the mid-30s. And so I want to discuss today the actual cost of owning a property, the cost of purchasing one rather. So aside from the actual mortgage loan itself and the deposit, there are 8 other costs associated with the process of buying a property. And I want to discuss that today. The first cost I want to discuss here is something called mortgage arrangement fee. So this is actually something you pay for in order for your mortgage to be arranged. On average, it's usually about £1,000, but some cases it could be up to £2,000 or even more. It all depends on the actual amount that you're requesting for. So of course, I guess the process of arranging for a £200,000 mortgage would differ from that of a £500,000 mortgage. So yeah, but on average, it's usually about £1,000. So the mortgage arrangement fee is one that a lot of people don't actually take into consideration or even think of. But the interesting thing with this is that it's non-refundable. So what I would advise you do is to actually inquire, it's a case of it's better to ask than never. Inquire whether or not this can be added to your actual mortgage. So the good thing about that is that you don't have to pay the cost up front, because £1,000 to £2,000 could be a lot if you haven't budgeted for that, and some people don't have it. They might have had to pay the utmost maximum deposit required. So you can ask if this can be added to your mortgage. But the bad thing about that, if you do go ahead to do that, is that it then requires some interest. You could just pay that £1,000 or £2,000 up front and that's it. Whereas if you add it to your mortgage, you would then be paying that £1,000 or £2,000 plus the interest. But another good thing about that, choosing to add it to your mortgage, means that should your mortgage not go through, you haven't therefore lost that £1,000 to £2,000. Whereas if you pay up front, if your mortgage fails through, it doesn't go through for whatsoever reason, you've then lost that money. So it's something to think about. So that is the mortgage arrangement fee. Aside from the mortgage arrangement fee, you now also have something called a booking fee. This is also non-refundable and it's something that you also pay to the lender. This, however, is a lot smaller in comparison to the mortgage arrangement fee. So a booking fee usually varies from about £100 to £200, honestly, just a couple of £100. Once again, depending on how much it is you're seeking. And so yeah, this is something you pay before in order to sort of submit your mortgage. At the third one, we have the valuation fee. This may be confusing with the survey fee, but it's completely different. So the valuation fee is actually for the benefit of the lenders. They want to be able to see that the property that they are lending, giving money to, is worth something valuable. The borrower, you are in a position where you are unable to pay your mortgage, which would then lead them to repossessing the property. They need to make sure that they are able to repossess the property and actually get their money back. So that's the valuation fee. Honestly, with the valuation fee, I feel like the lenders should pay for it because it's something that's to their benefit, but some lenders do actually pay for it, but for the most part, you are required to pay for it. And now that brings me up next to the survey fee. Oh, before I get onto that, the valuation fee, once again, usually ranges from about a couple of hundreds, maybe £200 to £300, depending on how much the property is worth. And then the survey fee, again, this one's slightly more expensive. It could range from about £400 to £700. So the survey is actually for your benefit. And this is just to make sure that the property you are purchasing is habitable. It's one that's in a good condition. All right. It's not a property that maybe you come in and it doesn't have a roof or, things that you need for basic, living. And another thing that I want to point out when it comes to the survey, it might be worth actually you asking the lender if you can arrange the survey yourself, as opposed to the one that's been arranged by the lender. And the reason for that is because the survey, you could pay for the survey that's arranged by the lender, and then you pay, let's say, £400, and the mortgage ends up not going through for whatever reason. and you're out of pocket for £400. Whereas if you opt to arrange the survey, you could delay the date a little bit. Perhaps you can wait until your mortgage offer has been received and you are clear on the mortgage being, moving forward and being progressive. And in that way, you don't have any fear of potentially losing the money. So you can opt to do it at a later stage that you're comfortable with, as opposed to, when the lenders do it, they tend to do it a lot earlier, and they do the survey and still end up saying, we don't think, we're going to go ahead with this mortgage. So yeah. All right. The next one is the broker's fee. This is one that most people are familiar with. Of course, broker's fee, they are doing a job for you, which is to secure your mortgage. And of course, they need to be paid. Different brokers work differently. Some work solely on commission only, and others are on salaries. And on top of the salary, they earn an additional commission. So the price may vary. So you can have one who maybe offers a flat rate of £400, £500, £600, and then you have some who charges a certain percentage, like a 1% on the loan that's being acquired. So yeah, it's important to inquire about this first beforehand. And also, don't be afraid to negotiate, honestly. Don't be afraid to negotiate. It all depends, especially for those that work on commission. And of course, we have the stamp duty. Stamp duty is obviously another way of us just being taxed on purchasing a property. This is something that's paid to the government, and you pay your solicitor and they sort of handle and sort that out for you. I will leave a calculator below. I will leave a link below on a calculator that you can use to generate a rough estimate as to how much it will cost you, depending on the value of your property. Because this is something that's changed recently, calculator, and just go on the link below and have a play around with it and see how much roughly you will be expected to pay for stamp duty. Okay, so the next one, of course, we can't purchase a property without the help of our legal heads. So this is where the conveyancing or the legal fees come into place. This usually ranges from about £1,000 to £2,000. Once again, it all depends on the price of the property that you are purchasing, as well as if you're using a firm and their standard rates and etc. So this is something that you pay to the solicitor or the conveyancer that's dealing with your property purchase, and it's usually paid in several stages. And lastly, we have the land registry fee. This is just a couple of hundred, once again, about £200 to £300, depending on the price of the property you're purchasing. And you also pay this to your solicitor, and your solicitor deals with that for you. And that is it, guys. Those are the 8 things that I included towards purchasing a property in the UK. If it's of interest, I can do another video on actually the cost of owning a property in the UK. We can talk about things like gas, electricity, council tax, and etc., and how council tax are determined. So let me know if that's of interest. And also, if you have any other questions regarding this video, then please leave your comment below and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you.